gosh. This has just been an awesome. This is nice. This is nice.
Welcome, valued patrons. Once again to Drinks with Tegis. We've brought in a much more casual lounge vibe this time. This is here to stay, hopefully. And I'm joined once again by the one, the only, the great Reverend Keno Cannady. How are you today, Keno?
I'm well, TJ. I'm well. It's just wow. This is some nice music.
It is.
Got a nice little band playing in the background. This is like setting the mood.
Yeah, it's nice.
I need a cigar.
Yeah, it does not match what we're talking about today.
No, it does. It does not. It does not.
So I've got something to admit. This Drinks with Tegis. This is an episode about, or a series about talking about people's favorite drinks. This episode was a scheme. This episode was a plot by Josh. Today we are talking about moonshine.
Oh yeah.
And moonshine has been around for a long time. And maybe during Prohibition, it was a few people's favorite drink.
It is still some people's favorite drinks.
I don't know any of them.
I do. Funny enough, I do. And those are country folks. those are country folks that that will have you a mason jar just saying, "Here, take this."
Yeah, no, so we are talking about moonshine, and as is typical with having Keno on the series.
Oh my gosh,
we do partake. We get a little, and we try it out throughout the episode.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And our last one was tequila.
Oh, that was horrible. I don't
which
like
was
tequila.
bad. We don't like tequila.
I don't like tequila.
Josh actually just sets us up.
This is not fair.
I think moonshine is better than tequila, though.
No. So funny enough, not my first introduction, but I remember when the first time I had moonshine, it was with a friend, and we drank and talked until the sun came up. We drank and talked till the sun came up. Oh my gosh.
As is tradition here on Drinks with Tegis, I have to ask, what do you know about the history of moonshine?
So all I know is it is made by corn distilled in the back of somebody's yard with all the contraptions, and it's the how much head it has, the bubbles. That is it. And I know that it could start a lawnmower. That's what I can tell you also. Okay.
That's what this is. The real stuff. If you get the real stuff, it's gonna make you blind. It's gonna start your lawnmower. It can do anything.
Yeah, you would. Yes, it's blind is the operative word. Yes, you would go blind. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So when most people think moonshine, they think Prohibition. People decided to start making their own liquor. Corn was plenty available. They had already made moonshine at this point in Ireland. That's how we found out how to do it. They just didn't use corn. They used barley mash. They were just making bootleg whiskey in Scotland and Ireland.
But you do know that anyone can make moonshine or some type of alcohol. You just need fruit and some sugar and some yeast and time. That's literally what you need. Like trust me, for those Patreons that are in the jail cell, y'all already know what we're talking about.
But that's, when we think of moonshine today, that is it. It is the Prohibition. The government said we can't drink. They can't stop us all.
No.
So, you and everybody in their own holler started mashing corn and turning that into their own homemade whiskey. And, it's been up and down popularity. I feel like it spiked a little bit a few years ago when they really started pushing it out of Tennessee.
I don't. I'm sorry, but in my circle, I don't hear no one talking about going going to the store and getting some moonshine.
Mm-mm.
You and funny enough, correct me if I'm wrong, TJ, but it's been I don't remember. Did they used to sell moonshine in the liquor store? I don't think. I think it's just a recent thing that they've been selling moonshine in the store, in the
Yeah.
actual liquor stores. For those who don't know, in the state of North Carolina, they have liquor stores. You can't just buy alcohol in like CVS or Walgreens or Costco. No, you have to go to the liquor store.
Right.
And so they don't. They had. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, they didn't sell moonshine in the liquor store, but it's maybe about the last 10 years, maybe, that it's been sold inside the stores.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
excuse me.
that's what I'm thinking. They started, whoever runs Ole Smokey Mountain Moonshine, Ole Smokey Tennessee Moonshine, just started up and running and started pushing it out of Gatlinburg hard. Before
Yeah,
that, it really wasn't
yeah.
around like that.
No. I remember this. I was going to tell you before we started recording. I'm glad I waited. I remember when I went to go visit my friend in Dallas, and we stopped by the store, and he was like, "All right, what you want to get to drink?" Said I was walking around. I saw this moonshine, blueberry moonshine. That was actually pretty good. It's pretty good. The nasty part was the blueberries at the end, because we made a pact that we was gonna finish the whole thing. So that was just too much. That was too much. But it was still good. It was still good. And I've had the apple pie one. I've had the apple pie moonshine.
Yeah.
That was awesome. That was
Yeah, it's
awesome.
pretty
Like
good.
so like now that they have now infused the moonshine with flavor so it don't taste like goat piss.
I'm saying, because when I'm
Oh,
recording with Keno, I gotta go get it to drink it for the
oh,
episode. So I picked up a couple of cans, couple of jars, really, of
Jesus.
Old Smoky, and I thought for posterity's sake, I would get the classic. The Old Smoky calls it White Lightning.
Oh yeah, yes.
I have to imagine Lightning tastes better than this. There is no way I would not feel better being struck by lightning than drinking out of this jar.
Oh gosh, this is horrible. Uh,
But I
uh,
knew that. I knew moonshine is bad. Moonshine by itself, historically not good.
not good.
Apple pie flavored moonshine.
Oh, now that's good.
I don't know what kind of science they do in the Old Smoky labs, but they do a fantastic job. Whatever flavor concentrates they're using to hide the moonshine flavor, wonders. It might be a cure for some serious diseases we've got.
Yes, and those type of spirits are worth trying. They are. They're worth trying. They're worth trying. But I will say, and I doubt that any of our wonderful Patreon family knows anyone in the country. But if you ever get a chance to go to the Appalachians or to the deep backwood country where there's nothing but trees around and you can't see the sun, and they offer you something from the jar, take a sip and say thank you. Okay, take a sip and say thank you. It's gonna burn. You're gonna cuss and you're gonna hurt, but it's you gotta try at least one. You gotta try
I
at
will
least one.
say if you get the chance to try it, yeah, I think you have to take it.
You gotta take it. You can't, if it's been offered to you, you have to take it. That's disrespecting the house. That's what
Mhm.
you don't want to disrespect the house. So if someone offering you, because here's the thing, that most of the time when folks have corn whiskey or moonshine, that's their own quote unquote personal stash. Because this day and age, you can go and buy whatever you want. But if
Mhm.
you got somebody who got a mason jar or them glass jugs with some white liquid in there that looked like rubbing alcohol.
Tastes like and smells like rubbing alcohol.
And they offer it to you. You have to take. You have to try it. You gotta
Yeah.
try it. You have to try it.
Yeah.
Don't
I
ask.
could have.
Do not ask. Yeah, do not ask. It has to be
I
offered
could
to you.
have. I could have went and got some of the real stuff.
I did. I did. I have Georgia Moon corn whiskey.
Oh no, I mean I could have got some of the
Yeah,
homemade
no.
stuff.
No. I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go
I
that
decided against it for our viewers' sake, of course, not my own, uh, so that you could go and experience what we're experiencing.
This is
Something commercially available.
this is this is interesting.
You don't have to know my old boy Justin and his still. You don't have to go through that. You can just ride down to the ABC 3 dots and pick up Ole Smokey. I don't know if I recommend it personally.
Wait, no. I would the different flavored moonshine. You gotta at
The
least try
flavored
it
ones.
once. You gotta at least try it once. You gotta at least try it once. Like don't be scared to try different alcohols. Okay. There's listen, I don't like tequila. I still don't like tequila, but damn
Me
it,
neither.
we drank tequila. It's cool. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I prefer scotch or whiskey or bourbon. Um, just neat. That's it. That's what I prefer. But that's just me. That's just me. But don't get me wrong. I'm sitting here drinking this corn whiskey that's 100% proof. We're teaching. We're teaching right here with you all.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's 50% alcohol, and you can tell. You can tell it is. Really.
You can tell. You know.
But that flavor, that apple pie, that just tastes like grandma might have spilled something into the crust when she was making the pie, because it tastes like apple pie. There is an amazing selection of flavored moonshine sure.
Can you cook with moonshine? I'm
Oh
sorry.
yeah. You can probably flambe with moonshine.
Oh.
Pour a little in the pot.
I'm sorry. I'm just this moonshine is getting to me now, DJ.
It's stout.
This is my fourth shot here. Yeah. Ooh.
Good to you. But if you're looking to get into it for some reason and you don't want to go whole hog, buy a jar, drink the motor oil inside, they do sell. You can get a jar of peaches soaked in moonshine.
They got strawberries,
strawberry pickles, cherries.
Yeah, pickles. I wouldn't do pickles. I'm not
a fan of pickles, but a lot of people
I like pickles. I like pickles, but I don't want alcoholic pickles.
I don't want pickles, period, and I don't want the feeling in my mouth to be even worse. I'm gonna stay far away from the moonshine pickles, personally.
Oh, TJ. Oh my gosh.
Maybe moonshine watermelon. I've heard good things about the sour watermelon flavored moonshine.
I wouldn't be surprised if it tastes like Jolly Ranchers.
Has to.
Yeah,
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
That's what that'd be worth it. That'd be worth it.
I was tempted to pick it up, but I knew I could trust apple pie.
See, I'm old school, so I got the original, close to the original without going to the backwoods.
Yeah.
I'm really rethinking about this life choice about this moonshine because it ain't good. It doesn't taste good.
Yeah, if you were like an avid moonshine fan listening to this, feel free to reach out and tell us.
You are not an avid moonshine fan listening to this. Because if you are, oh my gosh, please talk to us because this is not it. It's not it. Why do you drink this? Why would you enjoy this? I understand enjoying it with like on a pit, like you're out cooking some pork all night, and this is what's going to keep you going all night. And I would understand it. Now that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense, but not in the lounge with drinking drinks with TJ. No,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
not
This is I think the perfect bonfire liquor. If you're at a bonfire somewhere, this is probably what you should be drinking.
Mm,
I don't think you
mm.
should be drinking a scotch or a whiskey or a bourbon, especially
You
not
can get,
Fireball.
you can get some vodka or some gin. You can get away with some
That does
vodka or
not
some
fit the
gin.
vibe. That fits the lounge vibe. You know, that's drinks with Tegis, vodka and gin, little tonic. That fits the
Oh,
vibe.
oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
But
Oh,
there is,
oh.
I do think the history is really interesting. There have been plenty of shows on about moonshine. Some of them are pretty interesting.
Such as.
You can, a lot of people would say like you can transport more value in corn if you turn it into whiskey first. You can, a horse can move 10 times the value of corn if it's a liquid. But
Okay.
that's a whole different thing. I think the coolest thing, in my opinion, as a good old Southern boy, of course, to come out of the production of moonshine and specifically prohibition is that the people who are running the shine, moving it across borders.
Yeah, yeah.
When prohibition ended in the 30s, those people found themselves with, a lot of driving skill and the need to go fast and no reason. And that is what led to NASCAR.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have prohibition to thank directly for NASCAR. So if you are a big NASCAR fan, this is the reason.
This is the reason. They were trying to outrun the state troopers on the country roads, and they would soup up their cars, and then they got bored. And you, like TJ said, that as soon as prohibition ended, he was like, "What we gonna do now? We got these souped up cars. Let's keep racing.
Yeah.
Let's keep racing. Let's build some tracks and see. Let's see how fast we can go."
Yeah.
And that is literally how NASCAR started.
Yep. And that's, which is why restrictor plate racing is directly against the spirit of the sport. But that's a different topic for a different episode. I don't want to get on my Dale Earnhardt hobby horse here. But I'm just saying, take that plate out. Let's see how fast the cars can go for real.
They don't want that. They don't want that.
It's racing. It's dangerous. People can die. I think we just have to accept that.
No, I don't think they want to accept that. I agree.
The founders understood.
Yes.
The runners knew.
Yes. But now, it's all about the brand. We got to protect the brand, protect the image.
Yeah.
Which I don't think means anything.
Yeah. But I do think it's interesting. Making your own moonshine is actually becoming more legal, like day by day.
Is it now?
It is. It's like growing weed at your home is becoming more legal.
Yeah.
Sort of the same thing.
I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want to have my own moonshine because it's
dangerous.
It's flames involved. Like there's explosions can really happen with moonshine and it's flame and alcohol. They don't gas. That never mix well.
It is dangerous.
But wait, there was a show that I actually watched about moonshine. What was the name of that show?
Oh, there's a lot of them.
Dang, what was the name of that show? But they were creating different forms of whiskey, corn whiskey. But it was that flame though. Yeah.
An old shiner is a very careful person.
Yes, they are. Especially
I
when
would trust that person. Especially if they're blind. They're just feeling their way around. They can't see how hot the fire is. They just kind of get their hand near it. They're like, better turn that down.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, it actually this year, Ohio has started trying to pass legislation to allow you to distill liquor at home.
That's interesting.
And New Hampshire's been trying to do it for a few years. which, not the two states I expected to go for it.
No, because it's pretty far from Appalachian. I mean, it's still part of quote unquote, but it's pretty far.
Yeah, I think once you get past Virginia, I think you're kind of not included anymore.
No, yeah,
Not
yeah,
in Appalachia, at
yeah.
least. The Appalachians, sure.
But they're I don't understand how. Because in my mind, I'm thinking about like trying to do the whole setup of a distillery and with the wiring, copper wiring, and the drips and the kettle and whatever else. I'm like, you still need a pretty nice sized room to to at least get you some even some personal use of corn whiskey because you're burning it and it has to evaporate. I mean, it has to evaporate
Yeah.
and cool down too. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's
It's not like beer. You can make beer inside. You can make beer in your bathtub. Mead, same thing. Wine, sure. Moonshine, if you don't make moonshine outside, you are probably gonna die.
you're gonna die. Yeah, that's why I was like, wait, they're allowing folks to create their own moonshine at home. That's interesting.
No. I mean,
That's interesting.
there's something to be said about personal freedoms.
No, I get the freedom, and but I'm thinking about like
Yeah,
the
when freedom
practicality of it. Like how would you make that safe? That's
yeah,
all I'm saying.
yeah, when freedom and safety regulation mix, that's where the rubber meets the road. That's like, okay, I can see why the government would want to limit this. But it's like a soda tax or the cigarette tax. It's
It's
sort of the
just
same.
yeah, yeah, but the threat of dying of lung cancers versus blowing up, you know, you're still gonna die. One's a
Yeah.
slow burn, the other one is just explosion. Who
Yeah.
wants to be exploded?
Yeah.
Nobody.
A slow burn compared to a very, very fast burn.
Oh my
I don't know.
gosh.
Honestly, I'd probably rather go for the explosive burn. I've heard some of those smoker coughs that I'm not interested.
Mm-mm. No, yeah,
Mm-mm. Not
no,
me.
no, 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 no. Okay. Yeah, no. Let's
Yeah,
see.
I do think that there is a specific situation that calls for moonshine.
Okay, what situation is that?
I think most liquors, there are a few I could think of that are the exception, but most liquors you're supposed to be drinking them indoors. You're supposed to be drinking this cool, calm, relaxed environment,
Mhm,
like the drinks with Tegis Lounge, for
mhm,
example.
mhm.
Moonshine is not that.
You gotta be outside
Oh yeah, if you're out fishing
with fire. With fire.
with fire, yeah, if you're fishing, you got a bonfire, you're throwing cornhole. I think that is the situation that calls for moonshine. But maybe go for the moonshine soaked peaches so that
Yeah,
it's not as bad.
yeah. Peaches are good. Peaches
Yeah,
are good.
I do love peaches. But yeah, if you are ever in Gatlinburg and you get the chance to go to the Ole Smokey Distillery, check it out. It is really cool.
Yeah. Huh.
I've been a few times.
Okay.
It's just a cool little place they got. It's a big Ole Smokey store. They sell every product that Ole Smokey makes, which is fine. I don't drink moonshine like that, but it's cool to see.
Mm-mm. I don't
And
really.
they go crazy. I mean, they make s'mores moonshine. That's really the one that caught my eye when I was at the liquor store was the s'mores.
I just
There's I
no.
can't do that.
It's
There's
certain
no
it's
way.
certain yeah certain flavors they can't be. It has to be
Yeah.
consumed authentically. Let me say it that way. Okay.
Yeah.
It
They have a
needs to be
mocha.
consumed authentically.
There's a
No,
mocha Ole Smokey
no,
moonshine. I think that
no,
would be interesting, but
no.
mocha is supposed to be like a very subdued taste.
I'm looking at their website now. They have a Mountain Java and Shine Nog. Oh no, no. What is some beach? What is Buckeye? Oh,
Like
okay.
a sex on the beach mocktail, probably.
Okay.
Probably.
Okay.
Gotta be.
Oh, it's got cream. Okay. All right. This is all new
It's a
because
little clever. They try.
it is because and and I appreciate this company doing this, which is really trying to bring moonshine from the backwoods to the front of the house, which is awesome. Which is literally awesome.
Yeah, I do. I think, all the people who get up in arms about not being able to fly the Confederate flag because it's their heritage. Confederate flag flew for like 4 years. Come on, man. Moonshine, that was around the whole time.
Yeah. Oh, they got a
That's your
lot.
heritage.
Show is mud pie whiskey. Oh, turn up. I'm sorry. I'm on their website. I'm like, this is interesting. I'm gonna have to go get some of this. Oh, they got cookies and cream. Say
That
less.
can't be good.
That I don't care. Don't care. Let me see if I can find it. If it
That can't be good.
Cookies
But they
and cream
they get
whiskey.
up to something. Look, they're paying a bunch of people a full-time salary to develop these flavors. If it's possible, they're gonna make it.
It's not gonna be around. That is. I don't think I can find it. Ah, boo. I'm just gonna get that for my anniversary. I got an anniversary coming up.
Hey, if I can find it around me, I'll bring it to you. You don't live that far away.
No, I'll come meet you. I'll meet you halfway. I don't. But I don't. That's all right. I'm going to go.
Be like one of the runners. Maybe my great grandpa. Who knows?
Oh, Josh. Oh my gosh. I can't. Oh my gosh, Josh. I'm
One
sorry.
thing.
Why am I calling you Josh? I'm sorry, TJ.
Oh, I just assumed we were talking at Josh. That's fine.
But I do want to say, Josh, this is your fault.
This is your fault.
This is your fault. And
Unironically, Josh's idea.
Next time I'm saying no. Next time I'm saying no. I'm saying no. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no.
Next time he comes up with an idea like tequila or moonshine, he has to be the one on the episode.
I'm not doing it.
I'll still be here, I guess, because it's my show.
I don't like drinking for real.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I don't mind, going out and drinking socially. I don't. But like, you all don't know that I have the potential of being an alcoholic. Okay, I don't want that for my life. Okay,
right.
That's why I don't like drinking for real, because it's in my bloodline. But this is not good. This is please do not be sitting here drinking corn whiskey without any pit or food nearby. Okay?
Right. If we weren't doing this episode about moonshine, I would have never bought this probably.
I just want the Patreons to know that we're doing this because of you.
Right.
And
we're doing this for you.
We appreciate this. We really do. And I hope that you're loving this, because this is my 6th shot now, and it's going to get worse later. I hate it for anybody. Yeah.
One thing I am remiss to miss is I did not have the foresight to go and pick up a Mountain Dew to mix with this.
Oh, Mountain Dew?
Yeah, that's what Mountain Dew is made for.
Oh, shut up, for real?
Yeah, well, we do have an episode about Mountain Dew. It's Diet Mountain Dew specifically, but we do get into regular Mountain Dew. And Mountain Dew, so the myth is that it was made to be mixed with your moonshine. Technically not true.
But it tastes good?
But that's how it got popular, is because even the owners were like, yeah, we mix it with our shine, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
And I did not think about that once today. And now I really feel like I've done a disservice to our patrons.
It's okay. I listen. I want to encourage every person that contributes to what we're doing to go out and buy them some moonshine and drink with us. Drink with us. Like literally, just, this is how you start the episode. So this part right here, Josh, you put it in the beginning because we're going to encourage the Patreons to drink with us
Right.
as we're walking through. So I'm
Release
six.
this
Yeah,
as a teaser.
I'm 6 shots in. So if by 30 minutes, if you're not 6 shots in, you're behind.
Right. I'm
And
behind by
we need
choice.
you to catch up. We need to catch up because this is going to be a fun ride. This is going to be a fun ride. All right, let's see what else we got about moonshine. What else we got about moonshine? So the NASCAR thing was interesting though,
Isn't it? I feel like they don't pay homage to those roots enough.
because it's embarrassing.
Yeah, but like that's kind of for a little while that was NASCAR's thing. NASCAR wasn't afraid to be like
yeah. I know
against popular culture.
it should be still the thing. The problem is, I think the NASCAR is still working, trying to become mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
Still, because okay, I don't know. Are you a NASCAR fan?
Sort of.
So okay,
I've been to a race.
So how did you feel about the street race in Chicago?
That's awesome.
See, I think that's awesome too. I like that's the type of stuff that gets people excited when you go outside the norm. But funny enough, if we're talking about how the runners were trying to outrun the state troopers, they had to go through the neighborhoods and through the city to go through. So why not keep that going? Why would you do cops and robbers? Like you have somebody chasing them.
Right.
Like
Well, that is actually why it's called the chase car.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
the car that follows them in the qualifier. That's the chase car.
Ah.
That's why it's called that. But other than that, there's basically no roots of running, left in NASCAR. And I really am all for. Some people call it like the F1ification or the Europeification of NASCAR,
No.
which is the road races. That's what that is.
Yeah, but
Those are fun.
But there are. Listen. We're watching people going fast. Period, and they're going fast by souping up their engines in certain ways that are quote unquote legal, or until they get caught. Let me say that. Until they get caught. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry, but that's what makes the sport fun. Like now, I'm not a NASCAR fan. I know just enough to get by. But I do know that they work on modifying their cars every week based off the track and the conditions of the track. It ain't just them going around turning left. It ain't that. No, there's a lot of science and prep that goes into these gentlemen driving these vehicles at these maximum speeds. And that's the beauty of the sport, though. I've not been to a race. I'm gonna try to go to the race at one.
It's
point.
fun.
I'm gonna go to the race at one point, because it sounds fun. I'm not gonna front. It sounds fun. It's loud. It's loud. It's very loud. It's very loud. But it sounds
loud,
fun.
and if the fence attendant is nice, they'll let you stand on the fence.
Oh, to feel the vibrations. Oh,
oh no, you can feel the vibrations.
I mean, I'm telling you.
Trust me, it does not matter how far away you're sitting. If you're in the stadium, you can feel it.
Okay.
Those things go. But you know what? Since we're talking about it, I'm gonna talk about it. Restrictor plate racing. Not after, but Dale Earnhardt, one of the winningest drivers in all of NASCAR history, absolutely dominated before the installation of the restrictor plate. The restrictor plate basically is just a steel plate that goes in between the intake and the engine.
Okay.
That literally just chokes the engine to prevent it from making too much horsepower.
Okay.
Dale hated it.
Okay.
And he was the best at it. Nobody could do it like Dale.
I don't know anything. I don't know anything that you're saying to me because I don't. This is all foreign.
This is an
So,
educational moment.
talk to teach me. So you're saying that NASCAR purposely puts a
Hmm.
plate on the engine from preventing it to function like it's supposed to
Yep.
make you work around the handicap.
Yep. So basically, before the restrictor plate came in, NASCAR was about seeing which of these teams could build the fastest car and which of these racers could run it the best. Since restrictor plate racing, all of the cars are basically the same.
Uh,
They are still technically like stock vehicles. Like you could buy one of the vehicles on the track.
yeah.
That's where a lot of people's allegiance lies. You know, they're supporting whoever's driving the Ford,
Yes.
Chevy, Toyota.
Yes. Yes.
I get it. It's cool, but that's not what it used to be.
So
And I
why
say
did
that
they
like I
why
was
why
alive.
did
I
why did
wasn't.
why they implemented the restrictor plate then? Why did they add the restrictor plate?
Yeah, it was starting to get too unfair, I think, is why they started.
So is this
And
like I'm sorry.
it was for
I'm
safety.
so is it like the Mariners complaining about the Yankees during the 90s that they was having all the big bucks, spending all the money, getting the big guys, and we couldn't do anything.
So like
I'm trying to
kind
understand. I'm
of
trying to I'm trying to
yeah.
understand the equivalent.
No, it's kind of like a salary cap issue.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
salary caps are instituted so that smaller teams can compete with bigger teams, which
Correct. But but
I'm a
but
fan of in sports because you
but
know
but but in
this is
racing,
a Hurricanes hoodie. I'm a fan of the Hurricanes. We're a small market.
yes,
We're playing hockey in North Carolina.
yes.
If there was no salary cap, Toronto and New York could afford to pay the best 50 players in the league to play for them. And then what would be the point?
But okay, so but going
I
back,
don't support restrictor plate racing.
I understand.
Not quite the
Um,
same.
but okay, so then, uh, but don't the teams every week tweak the engine, the
Oh yeah.
tires, the intake, the fuel, something? They tweaking something every week to figure out how to keep pushing the needle to go faster and faster. Is that not correct? Because again, I don't know anything about NASCAR except for, I mean, but I do the basic stuff that I do know.
Yeah, no, constantly. Even throughout the race, there are small modifications made. The engines don't usually get tweaked during a race, but there are different sets of tires that they have that they will put on. Now, they don't race when the track is wet because that's a death sentence.
Yes, yes,
So there's no rain tires or anything.
yeah, because the tires don't have tread.
Right.
Yeah,
And man, so you've never been to a race. Have you ever been to a track?
I've seen the track. I haven't actually been to a. I haven't. Not a. No, no.
You have to find a chance to get onto Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Okay, because you talking about the turn, the incline.
Yeah.
The set is it 7 foot or something? It's stupid.
It's insane.
But they
It's a
stick to
hill.
they stick to the they
They
stick
stick
to
to it.
the they stick to it though.
They stick to it and they go around. I think in Charlotte Motor Speedway, they hit the turns at an average of about 160 miles an hour.
That's the funny thing about Charlotte Motor Speedway is when the Coca-Cola 600 come around, that's one of the longest race that
Mm-hmm.
NASCAR has, and literally they're going around because my lack of knowledge, they're going around the correct me if I'm wrong, they're going around 600 times in the loop. That's
Mm-hmm.
why it's called 600. So and how many miles is that equivalent? I don't know. Do you know? I don't know. Okay,
It's a lot.
but
I
that's
can't
that's a,
remember the
that's a,
exact
that's a, that's
mileage.
one of the longest races, is it not?
Yeah, it is. It is the longest race.
Yeah,
I'm
and
pretty sure it's the longest race in the
there's a
country.
whole weekend. So I'm saying to the Patreon crew, if you ever get a chance to come to Charlotte during Memorial Day, is it Memorial Day weekend?
Mm-hmm.
That the
Yeah,
600.
it's my birthday weekend.
Oh, turn up, turn up,
Yeah,
turn up, turn up.
that's when I went. I
Oh,
went to the yeah.
yeah, yeah. So it's like it's a whole 2 week thing. Like there's a whole thing that I do know that the city and NASCAR does to shut it all down because there's an all-star race. So Josh, tell me how. Not Josh. I'm sorry, TJ. Tell me how anyone. How does one can become and get into NASCAR?
Okay, so we are at this point. We fully hijacked this episode. Natural progression, moonshine to NASCAR. That happens. But you become a NASCAR racer by becoming a dirt track racer. I know a few. One of my cousins races the dirt tracks. He's only got one leg though, which is pretty cool. He modifies all of his cars so he can press the gas with his hand.
That's what's up.
Awesome. Every year at Thanksgiving, he says, "Hey, if you see a leg big enough, will you hand it to me?" But yeah, shout out James. But
thank you, James.
That's how you get into the circuit. You race, you prove yourself, you become known, sign to a team, you get to race some more, you work your way up through the leagues, you race the trucks, you race the dirt cars. If you're lucky, you'll get to race the NASCARs one day. You'll get to race the stock cars. It's a long process, and I know a couple people who are in it and just hoping to make it, and it's grueling. You have to drive a lot, you have to practice all the time. You get track day, you've got to be there the whole weekend.
How long is the season?
The NASCAR season?
Yeah, NASCAR season. Is it like 9 months?
It's long. I don't know exactly.
But I know the season has got to be pretty long though, because they go pretty much when it's hot.
Yep.
When it's hot outside. So then as a novice that don't know anything about NASCAR, and
it's 10 months.
Okay, that's long.
February to November.
That's long. That's a long season. That's
grueling. All year.
Yeah, that is grueling. That's grueling.
They get a Christmas break.
And that's it, huh? Yeah, that's it. So okay, so then talk to me about the implementation of the point system. Because now NASCAR's done the point system. Because it used to be, I don't remember. Used to be if you win a number of races, then you're the champion. I don't know. But I do know that the point system is set up to where if you're in the top 10, you get some points.
Okay, so I think the best way to describe this, if you've ever played Mario Kart 8, I think they actually started in the first one. If you're doing a Grand Prix, you get a different number of points for each place you come in. That more or less, that's how it works now. So in NASCAR, the winner gets 40 points, and then second place gets 35, then 34, and 33. Everyone below that gets one lower. Everyone between 36 and 40 gets 1 point.
Okay.
So you're going from 40 to 1.
Okay.
It's just kind of backwards counting to see how many points a racer gets.
So what's the total points that racer need to win the cup?
It depends on everyone else.
Wait, what? So I'm again, I don't know anything about NASCAR. Okay.
So if I don't know, I'm sure there's like a factorial or an integral to like describe this properly.
Okay.
But if every racer in a NASCAR season finished in every position an equal number of times, every racer would be tied.
Okay, but that doesn't happen though.
No, of course not. No.
Yeah, that doesn't happen. But so in my mind, I'm thinking that that every time someone wins a race, they get the points, right? And so, but but you have to win. If you win X amount of, even if you don't even win all the races, but you get into a certain position, that you can actually win the Cup Series based off the points. Is that not correct?
Yeah. So when the NASCAR season ends, the regular season points leader is just declared the champion of the season. So.
Okay.
You know, if you win 14 races, that would be insane.
Yeah.
You're the regular season champion because
Okay.
you got 440 points just off wins.
Right.
That would be ridiculous.
Okay.
So, and I did look it up to make sure I'm right because the point system is still new as in like 7 years old.
Yeah, no, they're still tweaking it. They're still tweaking it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So the champion gets 15 extra playoff points.
Wait. Oh, excuse me. Let's back up. There are 43 teams, correct?
Teams, they're
How many in NASCAR in the Cup Series, the main series, how many teams there are?
so there are only 17 full-time teams.
So you said 17?
Mhm.
Okay.
So racing teams aren't necessarily bound to one manufacturer.
Right.
They aren't, there's no it's just
So
the owner has, hires drivers, they're
yes.
on a team.
Yes. So okay, so does the 17, so how many drivers does each team have? It depends on the team.
So they
Or
can
is it, or is
have
there
a maximum of 4 full-time cars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does every team have 4
No.
cars?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
As
how
far
many
as I know, there's only a couple that
This is
have 4
interesting.
cars.
So how many cars? How many cars are currently racing now? Okay.
That's a big question. I don't know the answer because I don't watch every race.
So it fluctuates every race?
So each team races in every race, but not each driver races in every race. You have to qualify, and the races can have from 36 to 40 drivers.
Okay.
Which is, it just depends on the event, how big the track is. They care about safety a whole lot since Dale Earnhardt died, at least.
Yes.
Which, no one has died in NASCAR since Dale Earnhardt died. So that's fair. Also,
his death was a
yeah. So it was actually, it was just whiplash that killed him. And now they have, I don't remember what it's called, but it's like a special neck brace that everyone wears to prevent that. But Dale Earnhardt died in February of 2001. My dad likes to say that 9/11 was the second worst thing that happened in 2001. He's a huge Dale Earnhardt fan.
This is the second thing?
Yeah, the second worst thing that happened in 2001 was 9/11. The first worst thing that happened was Dale Earnhardt hitting that wall. But my little sister, her middle name is Dale.
Okay.
Because she was born in June of 2001. So I've kind of been grandfathered into the whole NASCAR fandom thing. I've never been as into it as my dad is, but
this is interesting.
It is.
It's very interesting, and I'm not trying to knock the sport. Is a good sport. I'm just not. I have to go there. I have to see it in person.
You have to.
I have to see it in person because watching it on TV doesn't do it justice. Justice at all.
The TV races are for people who know what they're watching.
I did watch the show because I was looking it up. I did watch the show The Crew on Netflix, which was not that great, but it was funny. It was funny because they had old boy from what's the name of the show? He was on. I can't think of it. He was the mall cop. That's all I can say.
Kevin James?
Yep, Kevin James.
You know what? I did the same thing yesterday. I was trying to think of his name, and I was like, Paul Blart. Paul Blart.
Oh my gosh. Oh, so I'm hoping that you all are 10 drinks, 10 shots in, okay? Because you need to keep going. You need to keep going because this the whole point of this is that we're supposed to be drinking together. So as we're talking, you should be sipping and consuming alcohol because the thing needs to be going. I'm halfway there. Halfway there. I don't
Yeah.
want to be, but I am. I
Yeah.
am.
But NASCAR history is extremely interesting.
It is very interesting, especially when it deals with moonshine.
Hmm. You can, yeah, and you can only go deeper.
Believe me, like how
But
deep? How is there conspiracy in NASCAR?
I don't know if there are any conspiracies. I
Oh,
could ask my dad. He would know. He will know.
offline. I'm curious. I'm curious. Are there any conspiracies in NASCAR? I'm curious. I'm curious.
But it goes deep, and the system itself is very complex. Uh, it's an insane feat of mathematics that has brought us to the NASCAR Cup Series, the NASCAR Xfinity Series, where you've got 36 to 40 racers racing. How many races are there in a year?
I don't know.
30,
It has to be a
30
lot
something.
if it's 10 months out of the year.
It's a
Like
lot.
literally, it's a lot of races. That's a
Mhm.
lot of races.
A lot of
And this,
races and a lot of laps.
yeah, and that's a lot of wear and tear on these guys' bodies.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah. So actually, I'm lucky enough to have grown up near Greenville, South Carolina, the better
mm,
Greenville, the best Greenville
okay. I didn't
out
know.
of
I
the
don't know.
14 in the country. I think.
There are 14 Greenvilles.
I think so. It's
Ah,
9 or 14. I know there's
oh.
one in North Carolina.
I do know about the one in North and South. I do know those two.
Yeah,
I didn't know about the
Greenville,
other one.
North Carolina looks pretty nice. I haven't been,
I
but
haven't been either. I just heard about it.
I know there's one in Texas. That's
Huh.
beside the point. But in the children's museum, when I was young enough to be let in without being looked at funnily, they had uh last I can remember a harness, a kind of setup where you can pretend you are a NASCAR driver.
Mm,
And I don't know if you know this, power steering weighs a lot.
okay.
So if you're trying to get a car that can go 212 miles an hour,
Yeah.
you're going to take the power steering out.
Okay.
If you're watching a NASCAR race, you're just flipping through channels, you look at those cars, not a single one of them has power steering.
Mm, yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
And they had it in there. You could sit in the NASCAR seat, you could turn the wheel, and it's just like 60 pounds,
Yeah,
70, 80
nah.
pounds. I don't remember the exact weight that was on the end of this
That's
hinge.
a lot. That's a lot because we're talking about going 170 miles around a track while also being pushed and propelled and pushed back with other vehicles, and your car is sticking to the ground because of gravity, and you're
Mm-hmm.
still trying to turn the thing to the left.
Mm-hmm.
All while with no power steering. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't think any of our Patreons have ever experienced your power steering failing, but it's horrible. It is horrible. It is
Man, so
if you ran out of power steering fluid, it's horrible to turn without power steering. Power steering is an awesome thing.
yeah.
Listen. This is what
Rack and
happens.
pinion, hydraulic,
This is
any
what
of
happens
them.
when you 12 shots in. Okay, your speech gets a little slurred. Okay.
Yeah. So, little side story. My dad bought an old Ford Aero van for work a few
Okay.
years back.
Okay.
And the only problem with it, it was like garage kept. It was really nice. The power steering went out.
Mm.
I didn't know that. I'm just riding around with my dad. His forearms are the size of my calves, which are pretty big. Uh, but I never even noticed it didn't have power steering until he asked me to move it out of the driveway one day. I went out there and sat in that van and tried to turn the wheel. I was like,
Oh yeah,
well,
no.
what is this?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
they do that
Yeah, but correct me if I'm wrong.
constantly.
But
The weakest
momentum.
NASCAR driver probably has the strongest forearms you've ever seen, unless you
No,
spend most of your time in a climbing gym.
those drivers are athletes. They
Mhm.
are athletes. They do train to get their bodies in peak performance to be in those vehicles for 3+ hours, to withstand the heat and the G forces and all that stuff. Yeah, no, no. So my hat goes off to anyone who aspires to be a driver. You're awesome because I couldn't do it.
Yeah. It's really amazing because personally, in my current car, I get a little scared if I'm going over 90. I can't far over 90 because I get governed at 95, but the
Ah,
brakes start to get scared above like 70,
yeah,
75.
no,
So
no,
I
that's why you pump the brakes. Okay, you
yeah,
get
well, I
you
have
you,
to.
you get off the gas, let the car slow
Mhm.
down, and then you pump the brakes.
Yeah, well,
That's
it's a
like,
manual, so I get the engine brake for
oh yeah, there you go.
a good bit,
Yeah,
and then I have to start pumping.
yeah, yeah.
But
I didn't know you drove just stick shift.
oh yeah, no, I can't drive an automatic car.
Okay,
I can't do it, not anymore.
not no more.
Last time I tried, I was backing out of hopped in my friend Ryan's car just to go pick him up from the grill in his apartment complex, and
Mm-mm.
I pumped his brakes, and oh man, I couldn't stop myself from hitting the brake with my left foot.
Oh
But
wow,
no,
that's
the fastest car I've ever considered buying, which was pretty recently, uh, has a governor at 155 miles an hour.
what's that?
It was a Saab 93 Viggen, old school Swedish, uh, military company decided to make cars. Super cool history. That's definitely not what we hear about, and it's not related to moonshine in any way.
But you
So we're
said a
gonna leave it at
Saab
that.
though. That is
Saab,
that's
yeah,
wow, wow.
I love them. I've been a huge fan for like most of my life.
Saabs were actually pretty cool cars. They're pretty
Yeah,
cool
they
cars.
still are, but that's not
They
what
don't
this
make
is about.
Saabs anymore, do they?
They don't. No, they went defunct in 2013
Oh,
after GM bought them in 2001
yeah.
or 1999, and then NEVS bought them in 2012. Went defunct after 2 years. Different episode, but that is
We're
probably my favorite car company.
yeah, we're here to talk about moonshine.
We're talking
So
about moonshine and
you supposed to be
by
taking shots.
extension
So
NASCAR.
your bottle should be empty. If your bottle's not empty, you shouldn't. You're no, we don't Patreon. You pussyfooting around. You pussyfooting around. Like you supposed to be manning up and or woman up and have that bottle damn near gone because we're an hour in. We're an hour in and the bottle should be gone. So you should be lit. You should be ready to fight the biggest giant you see coming out the closet. I don't know.
Yeah, you're ready. You're ready to see Goliath and all four of his brothers. You've got
All of
5 stones in your pouch.
them ready to fight them all.
Yeah, Keno, how big is your bottle of moonshine? Let me read that off the side for me there.
Oh shoot. This is how big is this thing? Is this a fifth? It's fifth. It's fifth, 375 milliliters.
All
Yeah,
right,
it's fifth. It's fifth.
I'm just making sure that I'm not crazy here because I've got 750,
Oh jeez.
and I'm looking a little
Yeah,
okay.
no. I
I'm
bought a
just making
fifth.
sure I'm not that far behind.
No. First of all, I need y'all to understand that um I'm not trying to die tonight. So,
True,
this
true.
and this is corn whiskey. So you could die from drinking corn whiskey. I'm not trying to be funny, but it's the absolute God truth.
Hmm.
That if you drink the wrong type of moonshine, you will go blind and or die.
Yep. Yeah. To be serious, if you're still here after listening to us talk about NASCAR for the past 20 minutes, if you have gotten to the point where you know somebody who makes whiskey, you better trust that person with your life
Yes. Yeah.
because when they say it'll make you go blind, they're not kidding. If you
And
make whiskey or if you make moonshine improperly, it can cause serious adverse health effects. It is not something to play around with.
mm-mm, mm-mm.
There's a reason the average life expectancy in the 20s was like 56 or something.
Yeah, because people were dying for drinking moonshine.
People were dying. And like World War 2 threw that off a little bit.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
a tiny bit.
TJ,
But
this is a lot of alcohol.
it is a lot. I don't expect you to finish that bottle. Please
I'm
don't.
not going to finish it. I'm
I'm
not
not
going to
finishing
finish the
mine.
bottle. I'm not finishing mine. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to. My whole objective is to get you to the point where you feeling lit. That's the word is lit. Okay, not drunk. I want you to be lit. Okay, where
Mhm.
your face is flushed and you're feeling hot.
See,
You're feeling
it's
hot.
hard to tell with you because you know
Oh no, trust me, I'm hot. I am hot.
we have a slightly different complexion.
Oh, trust me. No, my cheeks will be just as rosy as yours. They are. They even though they're still dark, they're bright. They're still bright.
Yeah, that's why
Oh my
one of
gosh.
our co-hosts, Pang, she doesn't drink because she has the Asian glow really bad.
Mm,
She'll have one drink and then she's red.
yeah. This is oh my gosh. This ain't
Yeah.
good. This ain't good. Oh my gosh. This moonshine needs to be a mixed drink. You need to mix it. Don't drink it straight.
All right. Go pick up a Mountain Dew. You can try your favorite soda.
I'm going to go.
Pineapple juice, I
I'm
feel
going to
like
go
would be
get in
pretty
Mountain
good.
Dew and try it. I'm wanting me some chips. I need something to soak with this alcohol.
Yeah.
Because I'm drunk. I'm not gonna lie. I'm drunk.
I would imagine so.
I'm drunk. After my 12 shots.
Yeah.
So that means that if you have not had 12 shots by the end of the and you're still listening, you're behind. Okay.
Yeah.
If you're still listening and you haven't had 12 shots, you're behind. So
Yeah,
we need to catch up.
you're behind, but you're also a soldier.
Oh yeah.
And we'd like to thank you for listening this far in
Gosh, yes.
to our drunken ramble,
Oh, oh my gosh.
which is Josh's fault.
It is so Josh's fault. Oh my gosh. But it's cool. It's cool. This is fun though. I'm not gonna front. Drinking moonshine is fun. I can't wait to get off this show so I can have fun with my wife. This is just a lot. Oh my god! So
Man,
I need.
I'm going right over there.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna take about 4 steps from this chair. I'm gonna go to bed.
I'm not going to sleep. I need to eat something to suck
Oh,
this
I
alcohol. I need to suck this alcohol.
have to be at work at 6 in the morning.
Oh, bless your
It
heart,
is
sir.
10 p.m. for us right
Oh,
now. I'm not sure when this is going to be released. I'm fairly certain we're late, so
it's okay. They don't know that.
it happens.
They
It's
don't
my
know.
fault.
They don't know that. They don't know that. They don't know. It's gonna be released when it's released. But know that you should be 15 shots in. Okay.
15. You just add.
You should be 15 shots in. We are.
You should have finished your 375 by now. You should have finished your 5th
Yes.
at this point.
Yes. And
Yeah.
if you're not, then you're light work, and you need to drink some more.
Right. Now, I would like to say at this point, here on Drinks with Tegis, we do not support drunkenness,
No.
which is different than being drunk.
So if you can't see, I am also consuming water
Mhm.
with my alcohol because I know that I need to flush my system.
Mhm.
Mm.
Right. It is extremely important to balance the alcohol you're drinking with water, food,
and
bread.
food. Yes.
Really funny story. Not sure if I'm allowed to tell it, but it involves someone you all know.
Tell it.
I can't. I won't.
Okay.
But I did have to force
Somebody.
him or her to eat a couple of hot dog buns so she or he could hike back down the mountain that we had camped at.
Oh no. See, you don't drink up the mountain. You drink down the mountain. You drink
Yeah.
to celebrate you coming down. You don't drink when you're going up. Okay? You drink coming down. That's funny. That's funny.
But it has been an hour and 5 minutes. I feel like it's just not reasonable for us to continue. We could probably go for a couple of hours.
Still talking about NASCAR. We could.
I could definitely talk about NASCAR for a few. But Keno, do you have any final thoughts about moonshine?
Yes, if you have not taken 20 shots by the end of this episode, you're behind. That's all I'm going to say. Okay.
Right. If you're hearing this outro and you are not 20 shots into your bottle of moonshine or jar, which is the proper way, you can use the next few seconds to catch up. We'll give you the leeway.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for listening, especially to the longest episode of Drinks with Tegis to date, in which neither of us are particularly fans of moonshine.
No. But we did.
And I hope if you listen to the whole thing, you enjoyed the little lesson about NASCAR. If you have more questions, I'd be glad to answer them. If you have more questions for Keno, I'm sure he would be glad to answer them.
I'm not answering nothing.
Then I'll answer for him. And whatever I say for him is his fault because he wasn't willing to answer them.
Nope. Not with this moonshine in me.
Deal with.
Not with this moonshine in me. Nope.
Not with this. This is a public service announcement.
I'm going to fight somebody. I'm going to fight somebody. Oh my gosh. This is not good.
I'm feeling that way. But thank you so much for supporting us in our many endeavors.
This has been fun.
This is fun. Rest assured, your patron money has not been spent on hard liquor.
Nope.
This is out of our own pocket. We've decided to do this ourselves, and by ourselves, I mean Joshua Noel. He decided that we should do this episode, but I cannot thank you enough for listening, especially this far. And if you're still listening, kudos.
Yes, thank you.
Let me know if you're hearing this. I'll personally send you $15.
Fair enough.
Fair is fair. You're an hour plus into this.
$50.
Congratulations and
congratulations. Thank you. That's awesome.
Yeah, but thank you. We could not do the show without your support. And as always, here on Drinks with Tegis, we bid you adieu. Thank you for supporting us. We love you.